All right. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Vays. It is midnight New York time. It is 8 in the morning over here in Dubai, where I am. I probably could have brought you this video a couple of hours ago, but I really didn't think Bitcoin was going to rally. So before I head off to the conference once again, it's time to I think I fixed my audio problem, but it was a little bit messy this morning because I don't know. I think my other audio jack's not working, so I had to improvise. Hope the audio is good. Let me know in the live chat. And here we go with the chart. We are working on a monster bullish candle. Other than the Ripple news, which I saw late last night, before I went to bed at like 1. Oh, is Joe live right now? Oh, well. Sorry, Joe. Other than the Ripple news that the SEC is completely incompetent, I mean, why do they even exist? At this point, like no one should give a shit. Go start your scam coin, start create a security. It doesn't matter. Like the SEC can't do anything. They are a grossly incompetent agency. I can't wait to do another law show one of these days, probably around Christmas time or maybe right after. My audio is spotty. Is my audio spotty or is my audio decent? I have no idea. Like I can't check. Like I don't have a sound guy. It's just me. The SEC is totally useless. It's totally useless. I don't even know why this agency exists. You can now create any scam coin you like. There's absolutely downside to it. I know that we had about $8 billion ill-gotten gains that they used to hire the best lawyers. But you can now use the Ripple defense. Like if the SEC comes after you, you can just say Ripple did it. So go. JSEC has to be up there, along with the American State Department, as the most incompetent agency that the U.S. government can put out. But it's great for Bitcoin. Look at that. Look at the price rising. We can take a look at the Ripple chart. Now, Ripple rising will only create exit liquidity into Bitcoin, so it also only helps Bitcoin. And I'll talk more about that maybe a little. I'm not touching the mic. Well, like the mic is attached to me. Well, I can just put the mic right here. And now I'm not touching any mics. So I don't really, there's no other way to fix this, right? That's, how long do we need to hold 28K for it to become support? It's not a time factor. It's actually a price factor. In order for, that's a good question. In order for K to become support, we need to go to at least 30,500. So it's not a factor of time. It's a factor of price. Because we broke the middle of the channel and hit the bottom of the channel. Now we've broken the middle of the channel. It's also double moving average resistance at the same time. And maybe a few more, maybe another week, in order to establish a significantly at least an inline high of at least, in order to go sufficiently high enough for a pullback to 28,000 to resistance and a buy the dip situation. Now, what about our allocation? Well, the allocation, this is a brand new candle. And while the short-term moving average has crossed over the long-term moving average is technically still declining. intermediate moving average, audio dropping out. Guys, I don't really know what else I can do. I can switch audio to my camera, which would be shittier audio, but at least it will be consistent. Okay, so I mean, I have another set of Rode microphones. Maybe I'll try those. I switched the audio to my camera, which may work in this room, but it may not work in other places. I don't have another solution for my audio. These are, I'm holding in my hand $300 microphones, and or like $250 or something, and that's what I've been using. And if they don't work, I don't really have another option. Okay. Well, I'm using the microphone of my webcam, which is not, you know, an ideal system here, but hey, it's better. So what about the allocation? Well, the short-term moving average has broken over the intermediate, over the long term. The intermediate has not broken over the long term, and the long term is actually declining. We are also have had an unprecedented rally, other than one big down day, which I can't really explain. So one of my other rules is I don't chase. What are the moving averages on a 4-day chart? It is the 3 candle, the 9 candle, and the 30 candle. These are the moving averages. 3, 9, and 30. Right there. So I don't like to chase. This candle has just started. This candle is literally 4 hours old. And I need to be guaranteed that we're going to hold this area. I am not in a rush, okay, to go 100%. I don't mind going 20% right into 100%. What I want to see is a pullback, okay? I would love to see us go up and then pull back, and then allow me a perfect opportunity to buy the dip and go 100%. Now, in case I'm really missing out the rally, I will add to my position, but I'm not going to do it right here at midnight. If the current candle holds 29,000 for the next 3 days, I will then be a lot more comfortable adding into this candle, but not in the first 4 hours of the candle. So we're going to stick with the 20% allocation. We've been somewhat bullish the entire time, and this has been a somewhat frustrating 9 months, 6 months. And I mean, the year started off good, but the last 9 months has been very, very frustrating, and looking forward to it finally rallying. Now, the daily chart is looking super interesting. It's great that the moving averages are starting to separate. The blue is the intermediate moving average. The shortest moving average we have is actually all the way at the bottom. That is our short-term moving average. And once this moving average breaks above all other moving averages, we will be in a situation where the short term is above the intermediate and above the long term, and they are all rising. The last time this situation happened, when there was a crossover and they were all rising. See, over here, there wasn't a crossover. Yes, over here in June of this year, all three were rising, but there was no crossover involved. The last time there was a crossover and all three moving averages were rising was when Bitcoin was at 22,000, which ironically is not that much different than current situation. But right after that took place, and I know Bitcoin pulled back a smidge, but the moment they crossed over, without all of them being in danger, and they're all continued to rise all throughout. Bitcoin went up 40% from the moment the moving averages crossed over. So if we project that one more time, now I don't think a 40% is likely. We have to take into account that the bigger the Bitcoin market cap, the harder it is to move the price. And the Bitcoin market cap at the crossover is going to be, about 30% higher. So I would remove 30% from this rise in order to compare apples to apples. So by dropping 30%, instead of going up 12,000, we'll probably go up closer to 9,000. So we would take 30% off of 40%. So we would drop about 10%, maybe a little bit more. So you are looking at, that's more of 25%, not 33%, but so maybe 8,000, about an 8,000 rise when they cross over. Now, I don't know what the price would be when they cross over. The price could be all the way up here, in which case we would probably go up less, or the price could pull back into the crossover, in which case we'd probably go up a smidge more. But either way, as these moving averages cross over, I would anticipate a minimum 25% rise in the price of Bitcoin thereafter. And that would set us up for early in the year going into the halving at approximately 37,000, followed by a pullback into the halving. Now, if you look at my long-term projection from early in the year, that is kind of what I'm anticipating, a move to about 37,000, and then a pullback then after down to, say, 26, 27. So everything so far is perfectly in line with one of my two projections. It's right on cue. We went up a little bit too fast in the early days, but we're now perfectly in line with my projection, my monthly projection. Yeah. Okay, before I go any further, the financial summit is just 2 weeks away. Today is the 20th. The financial summit starts on the 5th. We are, 2 weeks and 2 days away from the financial summit. An incredible event. We have about 10 rooms left. Met about 20 people yesterday, all of whom are potentially interested. So I'm expecting to sell these rooms out. If you are watching this and you are still thinking of coming out to Dubai, and it's great here, by the way. I've only been here like 36 hours and already had a lot of fun. Keep an eye on my Instagram for the Tone Vays life stories. Unconfiscatable, coming to Las Vegas, December 7 and 8. The MRI indicator has been dropped in price to $300. Please pick it up before the price goes back up one more time. I will be speaking today I'm going back to Coin Agenda, but after that, I'm speaking at Blockchain Life. Blockchain Life will take place in Festival City, the 24th and 25th. They're expecting 7,000 people. Great event. We'll finally speak in person at the event. And after that, I will be speaking at AIM Summit. And after that, I will be speaking at World Blockchain Summit. Anyway, too many events going on around here. Daily chart I just covered. Let me delete these things before I get confused later. you look at some oscillators, the CMF is still, bearish, but is rising. The RSI is about to hit overbought territory, not surprised. And the MACD looks very, very strong. The BitMEX funding rate, which I still find useful, has not yet FOMO'd to the upside. Oh, I can't wait to see how GBTC closed. Now, here's our short-term chart. This is the MRI. Doesn't seem to be loading. Let me refresh. Let me refresh the screen. Let's see if we're getting a 4-hour top. I like the MRIs on a 4-hour top. We will have the MRI top later today. This is the midnight candle, the 4 a.m. candle. So the 8 a.m. candle will come in as an MRI top. So keep an eye on that 10 a.m. reversal, not only in stocks, but also in Bitcoin. GBTC discount closed the day at only 13%. I saw it at 12% earlier, but this big rally took place after the market closed, right? This was the 8 p.m. candle. The market was already closed. When the market opens tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning for you guys in the US, you're going to see FOMO into GBTC. And this could actually reach my 10% barrier now. I mean, it would be incredible if the GBTC discount, which was at 50% to start the year, could be completely wiped out by end of year. I actually don't think it's going to get wiped out. I think there is a lot of people that got stuck in this position that are waiting for it to, say, go to 5% discount before they sell it. I will wait till it's in the positive territory. I believe it's going to go into the positive territory. Not only do I want it to make up for the 50% loss, I want it to make up for the 4% loss that Barry Silbert got to pocket of me holding GBTC in my retirement account. So I want it to make up 4% to the upside over these years. And it actually went negative in 2021. So I may want 6% in order to make up for the loss. Now, also right here, when it crossed over, the price of GBTC was all the way at $47. So meaning that it was about $47,000 Bitcoin. So let's see where the price is when it finally crosses the zero bound and goes into that 2-3% bullish territory, which I believe it eventually will. When it does, it would be interesting what the price of Bitcoin is, because the price of Bitcoin could be 40,000, or the price of Bitcoin could be 140,000 as we get that 6% sometime next year, and then I would want 8% to make up for the Barry Silbert premium, the Barry Silbert siphoning off the top. How's the weather in Dubai? I think it's great. It's warm. It's getting cooler. I mean, it's about the same temperature as Panama, only not as humid. Whoa, the gas prices continue to pull back. That is super interesting. I am now going to be incredibly bullish at the MRI buy, which is coming in a couple of days. So early next week, there's going to be an MRI buy. Look how perfect the daily MRI sell took the price down, and I would be a huge bull on an MRI buy. Look at the last time there was an MRI buy. It literally called the low in the price of natural gas. It wasn't the low for the year, but it was the low for, to kick off to end the summer. We've only had, well, let's see. How many MRI buys did we have this year? We had one back in January, which did not reverse the price. We had one. Oh, we had another one in March that didn't reverse the price. We had one. Oh, we had a weekly MRI that did reverse the price nicely. We had extension BC and then an MRI buy, which consolidated the price, creating a low on extension C the day before the MRI buy. The MRI sell was perfect. And then The MRI buy in August was very good. The MRI sell in June before that was pretty good. The MRI buy in August was perfect. And I would be very looking forward to this MRI buy. Oil prices are rising. What is the Biden administration going to do? Are they going to siphon off more strategic petroleum reserve at a time where the Middle East is, in a serious military conflict? Very interesting. We will know the answer at this time next week. Gold continues to rally. Let's look at the daily chart. As you guys know, I am bullish on gold. The daily chart is absolutely gorgeous, breaking all the moving averages, but we are on an MRI top. This means I would not be rushing into gold today. I would love to see a 1 to 4 candle correction, followed by a beautiful buying opportunity here in the 1933 range of, crazy support on all the daily moving averages. That would set up a perfect buying opportunity on both the weekly and daily chart by pulling back over the next few weeks into the 1940 area, 1935, 1940. And then from there, we would be able to pick up gold before the breakout at 2000 or 2025, as my target for gold is only 3,000. I know some people have a $5,000 target. Peter Schiff and Doug Casey have a $5 million target because they're crazy. I think gold will go to 3,000 and probably run into serious trouble. Ooh, the S&P market took a nosedive. That is surprising. Let me look at the daily situation here. We did take a bit of a nosedive yesterday. I don't like this area. The S&P needs to immediately rebound tomorrow, basically. So the S&P on Friday needs to have a green candle, and on Monday and Tuesday it needs to have green candles. If the S&P pulls back another day, if the S&P closes on Friday very weak, I will be incredibly incredibly bearish going into Monday. However, if over the weekend there is some crazy news and the market opens to the upside, I will be okay with that. But what I'm saying is, if the market is going to drop on Friday and then the market is going to go past 10 in the morning on Monday in bearish territory, I'm going to anticipate new lows for the fall. Right now, I still believe the October low is here to stay. But if by Monday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the market is trading near the vicinity of October lows, which is below 42,000, say 45. If the market is below 42,045, S&P on Monday afternoon, I'm going to be bearish for the stock market, looking for lower lows this October. Bitfarms, well, the market rallied after the market closed, so we're not going to see a big rally here, but in pre-market, I'm expecting Bitcoin miners to do well. And that's it for me, guys. Don't forget, there is a Fed announcement at the end of the month. I don't believe they're going to raise rates, but I still think they want to raise rates one more time. There is a 99% consistency that they're not going to raise rates. I mean, I'm not going to go against that, though I would take the odds. Like if someone gave me 100 to 1 odds, I'd bet $100 at 100 to 1 that they might raise the rate. If they do raise the rate, the market is going to tank. It will absolutely tank. It would puke out a lung and then reverse. But it's huge consensus. There's no rate rise. But let's see what the consensus is for December. for December, there is a 25% chance of a rate rise. So that would be very, very interesting. I still think they want to raise it one more time, maybe even two. That is it for me. We can go take a look at the short-term chart and enjoy the pump. Keep in mind that the 4-hour chart is indicating a top later today. Early in the morning, New York time, evening where I am in Dubai, the 4-hour MRI will indicate some potential tops. The 1 hour still has time. Actually, the 1 hour will be in line in 5 hours from now, not counting current hour. So in 5.5 hours, there's likely to be an MRI top, and that would be the 4-hour MRI top as well. So the 1 hour and the 4 hour will coincide when you guys wake up in New York. We got 225 people watching, a lot more at this time today than yesterday, but I guess when Bitcoin's pumping, not much sleep is going on. Now, let's not go nuts here. All Bitcoin has done is not even break the prices it was trading at. Let me go to the weekly chart. All Bitcoin has done is get into a zone it was in April. So in April, we were sitting at the same price. We spent a whole month of July at a higher price. So let's not go crazy here. I still think there'll be a pullback sometime in November. I don't think this is rallying to 32. I don't. Check out the dominance. You know what? I want to check out Ripple. I want to check out one of the 5 scammiest tokens in history. Let's also look at Ethereum. Oh, this brings a smile to my face. Ethereum is making new lows against Bitcoin. This is not surprising. Ethereum is in a very critical support area. It is going to come up on an MRI buy in a couple of weeks. On a monthly scale, Ethereum still has significantly more downside. This is a very nasty double bottom. This is very bad for Ethereum. This sets up Ethereum to go significantly lower. Let's look at Doge. Oh, that's ugly. It is on an MRI buy, but I don't think it will save it. Only Elon Musk can save Doge. Monero. Monero is actually hanging in there. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure why. It's hanging in there for now, but eventually, this is the monthly chart. We can look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart is not as strong. Beautiful MRI top back in early in the year, back in January. And we are, it wants to go down. We'll let it. Litecoin is on its way to an 80% destruction. I've made this very clear many times. Every time Litecoin halves, the price of Litecoin goes down 80%. This happened after the Litecoin halving in 2015, after the Litecoin halving in 2019, and after the Litecoin halving in 2023. We are maybe 20% of the way, 30% of the way. We're down 30%. We need to go 80%. So we're not actually 30% of the way. We're 32% out of 81%. That's not as bad. We're 20% there. We're getting there. Litecoin will fall 80%. It is absolutely inevitable. And when it does, the next halving will probably completely destroy Litecoin. So those of you that still believe in Litecoin, I strongly advise you to sell everything you own and buy more Litecoin so that you will not be able to afford internet in the near future to troll this channel with your dumb opinions of Litecoin. Don't forget to also invest your children's college education money. You'll actually save them from the liberal insanity in the college education system as you watch your Litecoin position trend to zero. Binance. Binance is breaking a very critical support level, and it doesn't look good for Binance coin at all. It is going to come up on an MRI buy in the near future, in a couple of weeks. Cardano, holy shit. Those are new lows. That is nice. Absolutely beautiful. It's got a red star candle. It has broken, it had a descending triangle. Another one. It continues to make lower lows. Now, unfortunately, Cardano has a long way to go before it reaches, its critical mass. This is what happens when you have 800 billion gazillion tokens and one guy owns most of them. And you are his exit liquidity. Good luck with that. We'll get to Ripple. It's eventually going to hit the list. Where the hell is Ripple? Oh man, it's way down there. Shit, I don't want to go through all this garbage. Tezos, incredible. Somebody was trying to convince me that Tezos is going to be the future. It is almost at 1 Satoshi per shitcoin, and the sooner it gets there, the better off humanity will be. Where are we here? Wow, is there really that many of them? Zcash, new lows as well. Absolutely beautiful. Let's move on. What the hell? Vertcoin. How is this not at all-time lows? VeChain. Sorry, that's not Vert. It's too many shit coins that start with the letter V. Stellar. Jeb McCaleb's exit liquidity. Stellar rallied on the Twitter garbage. And yeah, keep giving Jeb McCaleb exit liquidity. My vote every single year for Lifetime Scammer Achievement Award. One day, this is this Verge? This is Verge. Like I said, too many shit coins with the letter V. I should put them next to each other. And again, Ripple case, pulling back completely. I don't know, give it till the end of the year, maybe. Oh yeah, this is Stellar. Oh yeah, I already looked at that. Linked, Chainlink. Who still uses this? It's actually in the best shape of them all, relatively speaking, A three-legged Chihuahua does win. It does win the race against other three-legged Chihuahuas. So someone has to be the leader here. And yeah, it's holding in there. I don't know why. I guess it's been a while since they got, I don't know, hacked or something. I don't know. IOTA, that new lows, that's not surprising. Remember when the idiots at MIT thought this was a good idea? This is why you should potentially avoid college education. By the way, I learned something new recently. I learned that liberal college education, which is every single college education, your liberal arts degree, like your lawyer degree, your sociology degree, they actually offer extra credit. So they give you a higher grade if you participate in leftist protests. I did not know that. I learned that recently. Shout out to Candace Owens, who is doing a law degree at one of the Californian universities online. And for extra credit, she could have gotten extra credit and improved her grade. I'm sure her grades are good, but she could have gotten a better grade if she went and participated in communist leftist ideology protests on the street. In case you're wondering why there's so many Marxist protesters, is because they earn higher grades in their leftist education by being social justice warriors and Marxist activists. Their professors raise their grades as extra credit. You believe this bullshit? And MIT was backing IOTA. I shit you not. MIT, IOTA. MIT Technologies Review publishes an article on, like, they were fans of this. Like, MIT Digital Currency Institute, I think they had to say something, right? There's at least one guy in there that's smart. I think his name was Ito. Yeah, Ito. Boom. Ito. Joey Ito. Joey Ito. Oh,
read our response on the MIT Media Lab website.
Oh, yeah. I pay for this thing. Might as well use it.
December 20th, 2017.
Are you going to read it or what? So there's a cool feature. When the AI can't read stupid font, you can take a screenshot. And then it does a better job.
On Friday, MIT Technology Review published an article on the crypto.
Oh, shit. My bad.
Stated that the currency could outperform Bitcoin. However, we here at the MIT Media Lab. On Friday, MIT Technology Review published an article on the cryptocurrency IOTA. The headline stated that the currency could outperform Bitcoin. However, we here at the MIT Media Lab have issues with the story. Specifically, my colleagues in the Digital Currency Initiative, DCI, recently uncovered a gaping hole in IOTA software. And
yeah, no shit.
Patched, we certainly disagree with reporter Michael Orcutt's assertion that IOTA is secure. As the director of the MIT Media Lab, I felt it important we outline our specific concerns. Joy Ito. On Friday, MIT Technology.
So Joey Ito understands Bitcoin. And the rest of the crazies getting an MIT education these days don't. The name of the EI reader is Speechify. I don't know if it's the best. It's the most popular. I pay like $65 for the year, and it's great because I can't read. I have it read everything, and the fact that you can take a screenshot of shit that it can't read and then it can read it is really useful. Yeah, we'll get to Ripple. Neo, new lows, beautiful. Solana, shit, this thing is actually rallying and is in bullish. What the hell happened here? It's a green star candle. It's got bullish moving average crossovers left and right. I hate to say it, but it's bullish. Breaking the prior swing highs. Almost. I mean, if I didn't know this was Solana, I mean, I would be bullish. If this was a stock, I would be bullish. I mean, maybe I'd wait another week, but like if I go to, for example, if we go to the MRI notification service, which you can try for free for a few weeks, by the way, and we open the shitcoin portfolio, crypto, and we look for Solana. Is there a search bar? Oh, but that's Solana versus the dollar. I need Solana Bitcoin. You can see that it's bullish, bullish, and bullish, right? I mean, that's what I saw when I looked at the chart too. It's freaking scary. But Solana versus Bitcoin is bullish across the board. It's bullish on daily, it's bullish on weekly, it's bullish on monthly. This is why notification service is a really, really neat tool for the MRI users. It might be the only one. Look at this. It's a sea of red, some neutral on the monthly charts. Anything else? Bullish, bullish, bullish? What the hell is this? What's fourth? What? Oh, but it's versus USD, right? I want to narrow this down. I mean, you can make your own baskets. So I should make a basket versus Bitcoin. I don't know what the hell that is either, but it's versus US dollar, right? Like I want to see it versus Bitcoin. So versus Bitcoin, that's Solana versus the Euro, Solana versus USDT. Yeah, you got to make your own baskets here. Ripple versus Ethereum. All right, let's go back to the charts. Look, if you're going to MIT to like study math and computer science, I mean, maybe that's okay. But if your MIT education is leading you to believe that IOTA was gonna flip Bitcoin, explain to me how you got into MIT, please. Like MIT students were writing that Solana was gonna be better than Bitcoin. What year was that stupidity? 2017, of course. Of course it was 2017. The hype of stupid. 2017 pop bull market. Oh, this chart doesn't even go back that far. Why am I looking at it on HIT BTC? It's weird. Is there a different IOTA chart? Binance maybe? Bitfinex's been a while. No, that's not it. Why? What exchange was that? That's a little better. Goes back further. Oh, it's a stupid data error. That's why I didn't. Like, can you guys correct the data error? Or did it really go negative? I don't know. Could have been hacked. I don't know. They're all shit coins. Huh, look at that. MRI buy. What a surprise. Right into an MRI sell. Oh yeah, back to Solana. Yeah, it's so far this has been the most bullish looking chart of them all. All right, Tron. Tron is actually used for Tether because Ethereum is too incompetent. Tron's looking good. Tron is also looking bullish here. B-Trash. Shit, what the happened here? Not as bullish as the others because it's stuck in these moving averages. And this thing should go down. I mean, enjoy being exit liquidity for Roger Ver. That's all you're really doing. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. What idiot put this on my chart? The hell was I thinking? I'm gonna pretend that that wasn't there. How does this get there? Did I get hacked? I'm gonna pretend this didn't exist. Oh, this is beautiful. Down we go. Dash. Man, did people in Venezuela finally figure out your scam? It just looks shitty. Filecoin. I still don't know what the hell the use case of this is, but clearly neither does anybody else. Perfect. Looks horrendous. Probably looks the worst out of them all. Maybe Dash. Matic. There was a time in my life in a parallel universe, I actually thought this looked incredibly bullish. I couldn't be more happy to be wrong. And right now, it looks like absolute dog shit. Telegram. Well, the MRI cells have certainly been perfect. That's a data error, I think. We'll get to Ripple, guys. It's coming. Yeah, I don't know what these guys were thinking. Look, I pay Telegram $3 a month. I would pay Telegram $10 a month. I would probably pay Telegram $50 a month. I use Telegram more than any other app cumulatively in my life. Maybe YouTube is gonna give it a challenge. Not even Twitter. Like, I'm on Telegram all day. That's how I communicate. So Telegram to me is worth $50 a month. It's worth more to me than, let's say, a cable bill, which I don't want. So I don't know why they have a shitcoin, and but it's too late. Like, once you go shitcoin, you can't go back. It's pretty much over. Filecoin. Someone is telling me that Filecoin stores files in a decentralized way. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. A storage. I remember storage. R-Wave. I never heard of that one. It does not store your files in a decentralized way. Trust me. Trust me. They'll tell you that it does, but it doesn't. And when this token goes to zero, your files will just poof and disappear, because they're not, it's not immutable forever data storage. That's not how digital data works. But hey, good luck with that. Hope you store your medical history there, and then you'll have no access to it eventually. EOS. Oh, beautiful. You're no longer exit liquidity for EOS. They already used your exit liquidity and purchased 140,000 Bitcoin with it. So no one cares what the price of this is. And once the price goes to zero, everything that has ever been built on EOS will also go poof and disappear into the ether. So good luck with that. And I'm meeting people that are like building on ether, on EOS, which is insane. Insane. How do you build on EOS? It's nuts. Ripple. Wait, it didn't go up. What am I missing? This was the news event that pumped Ripple 5% against Bitcoin. How did it do against the dollar? Well, it definitely moved Bitcoin, right? You are exit liquidity. If you are holding Ripple, you are exit liquidity. Ripple pumping is good for Bitcoin because when Ripple goes up, people are like, oh shit, I can get out with only a 50% loss. Let me get out of my dumb Ripple position. You are exit liquidity for all Ripple people when you buy into Ripple on Ripple News. I mean, supposedly, like here, Bitcoin treasuries. So supposedly or allegedly, EOS, which is block one, what the hell is it? Block one has 164,000 Bitcoin. It's this number. It looks like it's gone up, and that's how many Bitcoin they have. Now Ukraine has 46,000 Bitcoin. Who actually thinks that Ukraine still has 46,000 Bitcoin? I don't. I remember when Bulgaria was at the top of the list with like 200,000 Bitcoin, and then it suddenly became nothing. So I don't believe Ukraine has 46,000 Bitcoin. First of all, I don't believe anything that comes out of Ukraine. And second, if Ukraine did have 46,000 Bitcoin, it's already been stolen and split along the oligarchs and people at the top of government of Ukraine. So there's no way in hell that there's 46,000 Bitcoin sitting in a Ukrainian private key for the benefit of the Ukrainian people. That is potentially the greatest fiction on the planet if someone actually believes that. That is not there, right? Either the Bitcoin's not there at all, or or they don't have the private key, or it's already been distributed, but they haven't told anybody yet. Distributed, amongst the, I don't know, the dozen or so people at the top. Now, the 2,000 Bitcoin sitting in El Salvador is going to be used for the benefit of the people. The 41,000 Bitcoin that the United States government has stolen will be used for the benefit of the American government to expand its, global wars, basically. So that's the difference, right? The Bitcoin here just goes directly to the pockets of the government elites. The Bitcoin in the that's Ukraine. The Bitcoin in the US goes to support all the unethical warmongering that the United States does around the world. And the Bitcoin sitting in El Salvador is actually, in my opinion, will be used to benefit the El Salvador people in one way, shape, or form. And 66 Bitcoin in Georgia, it's just 66 Bitcoin, guys. It's not going to make a material difference. Right, exactly. Like, you are exit liquidity for the XRP holders, right? Anyone that bought Ripple on the news is allowing other Ripple people to get out into Bitcoin with a better position. And that's why Bitcoin is pumping more. Now, block one, this is similar to Ukraine right here. Like, this Bitcoin is not going to benefit anyone other than a few people that may or may not have already distributed and sold this Bitcoin. We just don't know about it. I don't think they make their public key public. Where's MicroStrategy? They're at the top. They're right there, top line. See, MicroStrategy honestly bought this Bitcoin. They didn't, sell a scam coin like Block One. And now the Mt. Gox, this is more like the United States, right? Like this Mt. Gox, this will never get sold, guys. They are waiting for all the people that have a claim on this 141,000 Bitcoin to die of old age. I said this back on our news shows with Jimmy Song and the lawyers, and I said the Mt. Gox coins will not be sold until the last guy dies of old age and no one is able to claim them. That is when they're going to get sold. I said this years ago. Years ago, I said this thing ain't gonna get sold until the old, like die of old age or COVID or the cure for COVID. Let me not get my channel banned. All right, are we done with shitcoins? BitGet. Not good. Oh, another shitcoin was delisted. Oh my God, I love it. Someone actually, someone asked me to look at this and it's been delisted. Awesome. Eventually all of it will. What the hell is Mina? Whatever it is, it's doing great. Ethereum Classic versus Ethereum. Wow. That's a, who cares? And Ethereum Classic versus Bitcoin. Yeah, it was a stupid idea. Good monthly buy though, back in 21. Nah, it's over. See, this is Ethereum's fate. This is, you break the prior lows and shit hits the fan. And this is what's going to happen to Ethereum too. Right here, same concept. And we have one more on the list, and that is Stacks. I am not a fan of Stacks, but for some reason, it's pumping. But the chart is not very bullish from the look of it. Tone, you looked at KAS. Is KAS a stock or a shitcoin? Guys, this Bitcoin does not exist in Ukraine. Like, I'm skeptical if it ever existed. But if it did exist, it was pillaged and stolen by the elites and Zelensky and 5 of his friends a long time ago. I've seen this number here for years. It's not there. Shopcoin Caspa. Okay. What's it called again? Cas? Is this Carl Moon's token? Just saw him the other day. Saw him yesterday. We were at the same conference. No, it's not. That's not that one. Caspa. I mean, it's new. It's young. What the hell is CoinEx? Is there another exchange? No. Nice MRI buy. Nice MRI sell. I mean, it's more bullish than bearish, but it's early. Give it time. It'll make new lows eventually. It's bullish today. Needs to break the moving averages. It's got a shot to new highs. It's got a chance. Right now, it's looking like there is a higher probability of new highs than new lows versus Bitcoin. INJ. Why am I looking at like the shittiest of shitcoins? Did someone answer that question for me? Whoa, this thing's been around. What the hell is this? Holy shit. This thing's been around the block. Never heard of it. What's INJ? Does Poloniex data go further? No. It's really bullish. Guys, remember, things that didn't exist in 2021 for the pump will pump to new highs in the next bull run. But that would be the ultimate high. What? Injective. Injective and Google Cloud, perfect, are teaming up. No, they're not. It's easy to give away $100,000 prize when you create a scam coin. So how do you have the money to do that? Then they'll make up anything, right? A blockchain made for your shoes. Built and used best Web3 applications. Jesus. How do people buy into this bullshit? Are they connecting all the other blockchains? Wow. Never heard of any of these. Oh, Mito I heard of. That was a shitcoin we looked at earlier. On-chain transactions. Just a counter, guys. I can make that. You actually think it's counting transactions? That's funny. Look, they're processing blocks every half a second. Look how fast that is. Ain't it amazing? You can just sit here and get mesmerized by how many blocks they're producing. How many shitcoins do you get every through your proof of stake every time you produce a block? Look at that. It's like mesmerizing. Look at the security. Oh, this is fascinating. Hey, Bernoulli, you run a mining operation. Wouldn't you love, blocks to be created this quickly? How awesome is that? No orphans, no nothing. Well, there's orphans, right? Like an Ethereum, but then both people make shit coins. Like, hey, more orphans, more Ethereum. We both get some. I would love to see the back end of this code, right? There's like some guy that says, hey, let's make these numbers go up every minute. No, that's way too long, man. Let's make them go up every 45 seconds. And occasionally, every fifth block, it'll be 30 seconds. And then sometimes it'll be 15 seconds. Let's add a little bit of variety here so that blocks are counting up faster than 1 per second. I meant half seconds. You just stare at this all day and watch the security go. Anyway, all right, guys, I had enough of this. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Try not to get scammed, please. Oh, that's nice. New highs. Great. Cool. Keep in mind the hourly MRI top will come in with a 4-hour MRI top later today or in the morning when you guys wake up in the US. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.